Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're watching a commentary video on League of Legends, this game featuring Statue of Karthus. In the last part of the video, we have been going back and forth, doing quite a bit of team fighting with the other team, and I think that we were coming out a little bit ahead. I was a little bit worried after that last exchange that they might be going for the Baron, but so I came over here and dropped down a Vision Ward on Baron, and that reveals, first of all, they're not at Baron, which is good. Second of all, that they do not have their own ward at Baron. So, which is why I bought the Vision Word in the first place, because I wanted to check that. So that means that we should be good for the moment. And of course, the fact that Blitzcrank has Clairvoyance is also a nice sign, because it means that we can check over there even if our ward would disappear. All right, in terms of what's going on now, we sort of have the advantage. We've got a bit of a leveling advantage over them, and we caught their Gragas over there, thanks to a ward that Atlas put down. Here, I throw down my Wall of Pain, and that plus Mookie's Pillar of Filth that he used as Trundle gets Irelia caught out of position, so we're able to kill her. Next, the enemy team focuses me, but that's kind of okay, even though I get killed, because they're going to take a lot of damage from my Defile. And so I actually was able to do quite a bit of damage there. Unfortunately, then Atlas gets taken down, and then Mookie gets taken down. And so we actually only we get 2 kills, and 3 of us got killed there. So that was unfortunately that was a bad fight there. And you can see on the other team, their player even says, "Woo, 2 for 3." So that was a bad fight for us. The reason why we lost it was because we were fighting near their tower. You know, we were taking some tower fire. Atlas in particular took 2 or 3 shots from their tower. Now Blitzcrank's is a little bit out of position. He was in bottom lane. Now he's coming up towards us, and now the enemy team has made precisely the same mistake we just made. That they've pushed together up against our tower, and so that left them vulnerable. And a nice grab from Blitzcrank is able to get a kill. Unfortunately, my screen's not quite in the right position, so I'm not able to capture that. I could have teleported to the top lane here, but I wanted to save my teleport in case I really needed it. I mean, our tower is like not really in trouble, so I'm just going to walk forward here and do the farming there. And I'm still able to get the kill on the cannon minion. Then I'm going to go after the first minion, then I'm going to go after the second minion, and auto attack for the third one. So that's a rather nice little piece of farming there. Once again, remember, anytime you're in a lane by yourself, you want to make sure that you get every minion kill, and I was in fact able to do that there, of course with the help of Defile, which makes it easy. Now we can see they've thrown down a ward in next to the dragon, but we have our own. We have the vision ward I put down, so we can see that ward, and so we're able to see Tristana coming down here. And so our enemy team's going to go after her. Meanwhile, Irelia is mid, and I was actually watching the fight down there, so I didn't see her coming after me. So she's going to flash towards me, and she's going to continue chasing. But look at the minimap. In comes Twitch behind her, and then in comes Blitzcrank behind. I also had a request to use my ult, so I finish off Olaf in the fight down there. And then meanwhile, Twitch is able to get the kill on Irelia because she pushed so far forward in chasing me. And you can see their team's Irelia player says, "Wow, thought you guys were all bottom." So that was one of those fights that was on the verge of disaster for us, but we managed to come out ahead. And then our Blitzcrank says, "You thought wrong." So I'm going to buy some more Vision Wards because again we're at the stage of the game where being able to see if they have wards at Baron or Dragon, that sort of thing, is pretty key. And having that Vision Ward allowed us. We've already actually killed their ward at Dragon. Thanks to the invisibility sight that we had. All right, with the members of their team down, we're now going to push in the bottom lane. And so once again, I get off a nice Wall of Pain. And so we're going to come forward here. Tower diving rather aggressively, which is maybe foolish, but whatever. We're going to go after these guys on the other team. And oh, unfortunately, not going to be able to get them. If I had Requiem up, I could have gotten the kill on that one member of their team. But anyway, my Wall of Pain slows down Irelia as she tries to chase us. So we're able to push through and get down that tower. And now as Irelia goes off to deal with Twitch, Irelia's doing the most damage on their team. So now that's going to allow us to come in here. Mookie finishes off Gragas. Nice kill, Mookie. And then I get off another nice Wall of Pain right on top of the enemy team's Trundle. So he goes down very easily. We get the kill on Irelia, and I know I'm going to die, so I'm trying to position my dead body in a good spot, which I actually do manage to do. So they continue to do the fight inside my Defile. And we have lost 2 champions now, myself and Blitz, but we've gotten 4 kills on the enemy team. And now Tristana comes forward, perhaps not realizing what Trundle can do, and Mookie bites her and takes away most of her attack damage. And then we're going to be able to get this inhibitor. And meanwhile, the whole time we've been doing this, Twitch has just been shooting down the tower and then the inhibitor up on the top. So now we're going to get 2 inhibitors, and so that's going to put us very, very far in front of the other team. So that was a good fight for us. I think that Twitch should have come down and supported us instead of just firing away up there in the top lane. I mean, it worked out, but we were effectively fighting 4 versus 5 for most of that battle. So I think that that could have been handled a little bit better, but fortunately, the fact that we've gotten, I think, 4 dragons now at this point in time, not 100% sure, but we've gotten quite a few. We're 3 or 4 dragons ahead, and that leveling advantage just allows us to fight and beat them even in a 4-on-5 situation like that. Of course, it also helps that we've outkilled them 2-1. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay that either, but getting all those buffs really does help. Now, Mookie and Atlas and Blitzcrank have decided to go after Baron, and I don't think that this is a good time to Baron, just because their team has now revived from getting killed, and the most logical thing for us to do is to go straight for Baron. You can see they're coming for us at Baron, and so we're gonna have to back out of this. And that's a wise decision to back off, because if all members of their enemy team just charge forward and go for Baron, we're gonna be in trouble. So we back off for a bit, and here I'm going to check the brush. It would be really bad if I walked in there and like all 5 members of the enemy team were there. But now, look at the minimap. 2 top, we've got Trundle mid, we've got Tristana bottom. So that means that most of their team actually can't come forward and get us. So now, this position now is looking a little bit better in case we want to go Baron or something. And meanwhile, we're going to come and try to get their Trundle player here, but he gets off a pretty nice Pillar of Filth and is able to scoot out of there. Let's see, what are we going to do here? I'm trying to see where we were going to push next. I think that we were either going to go for Dragon or go for Baron next. Not 100% sure. Oh, down here, Twitch is able to get behind their Tristana player who's come out to shoot some of their minions. Blitzcrank gets off a really nice grab, and then that combined with auto attack from Twitch and maybe a little slowing help from my wall is able to get us that kill pretty easily. So very nicely done. That's just some nice teamwork there. Here, we are killing a few creeps, but this isn't really where we should be going. We don't want to push in and fight right next to their 2 Nexus turrets. That's a bad fight. So instead, we ping the top tower, and we're going to head up there instead, and this is a much better place. The enemy team has to stay in their base. They cannot come out to contest this because the 2 inhibitors are down. And then next, I think, we're going to go for the top tower. And again, this is being very aggressive, but we do have a pretty big advantage here. So we're going to come forward here, and let's see, we're getting some of the minions, and we've got the Wall of Pain slow. We're coming forward. Atlas gets in a nice spin. Going to come forward here. Blitz is popping up their Trundle in the air. Twitch is already inside their base getting kills. Mookie gets a kill on the enemy Trundle. Unfortunately, I'm taking shots from the tower, so I go down. But once again, I'm going to get them to fight inside my Defile. I'm spamming Lay Waste, and then I'm going to pop off my ultimate. And I don't think I get any kills from that. Here comes Tristana is coming out to fight us, and we're fighting next to the tower. Mookie gets off a nice Pillar of Filth for the block, and so we're continuing to fight back and forth, and we do get the kill on Tristana. And I believe that scores us an ace. Yep, that scores us an ace. However, we actually do take another kill there. Mookie gets killed. Now, Atlas went back to base. I'm sure Atlas was low, but he shouldn't have gone back to base. He should have stuck here with Blitzcrank and pushed down this tower and inhibitor, because with the whole team dead, I mean, there's no risk if everybody's down. So Blitz is going to continue, and now the question is, can he get down this inhibitor before Gragas comes out and tries to fight him? And so he wisely backs off. Meanwhile, with the enemy team having to protect their base, but you can see we managed to get a Nexus kill, and then due to our minions, we get a Nexus turret down, and then our minions actually do manage to take out that inhibitor, so we were able to get it in any case. With the enemy team, oh, and then the minions take out a second Nexus turret. So this is really good. All 3 inhibitors are down, and both of the Nexus turrets are down. That means that the enemy team is pinned in their base. They actually can't leave their base, or else their Nexus will be destroyed. So that means that we're going to get a free uncontested Baron here. So the 3 of us here are enough to do it. Twitch is going to do most of the damage, but I'll kick in my damage, and Atlas will tank for us. So we're going to be able to get this Baron. It'll only take a few more seconds. And then you can see while I was dead back there, I was so focused on the action, I actually forgot to buy. So I'm going to go back to base as soon as this is done, and I'm going to buy Zanya's Ring to get the extra ability power. And Atlas is going to go back and purchase as well. Now, 2 inhibitors did come back up, but as long as we can get into the base relatively quickly. Oh, and you can see I have 300 gold, so just enough to purchase a blue elixir, blue pot. and that's good. Now, as I said, the enemy's inhibitor has come back up, and their other one's going to come back up in a second too. But that's not, yeah, so there it goes. But that's not that big a deal because we still have the super minions as long as we can get into the base relatively quickly and push them right and get those inhibitors down again. It won't be that big a deal because it'll take, it'll take another cycle of minions before the non-super creep ones will start coming out. Now, Mookie wanted us to wait for him because he had gone back to buy, so I'm going to type wait until we have everyone here, just to let the team go, because the surest way to screw up in a situation like this, about the only way you can lose, is to do something stupid, like have people trickle into the base in 1s and 2s and get killed, and then allow the enemy team to counter push. So Blitz probably should have waited a couple more seconds. We're still missing Mookie, but we do have 4 here, and they're not going to be able to contest our inhibitor grab right here, so that's relatively safe. Now we want to grab the other inhibitor just to be certain. I mean, we could probably go straight for the base, but, let's not be stupid. Let's just grab this inhibitor too, take this down, ensure that we have all 3 down so that they can't come out of their base. And now we can come forward and fight. We have the Baron buff. We have the leveling advantage. You can see their Gragas is only level 15. They have some 17s while we're all 18. So now we can come forward. Their team's Trundle came out to engage, so we'll take him down first. Meanwhile, next we'll come over here. And with the cooldown reduction from that pot I just grabbed, my Wall of Pain comes up very quickly. So I'm going to get the kill on Tristana, and Blitz gets a kill on the enemy team's Irelia, and then that's going to be it, because we'll take down the Nexus, ending the game. So nothing too crazy in that game, just a series of pretty strong pushes, no particularly stupid mistakes on our part. Let's look over the stats here at the end of the game. Both Mookie and I ended up 10-5. I ended up with a couple more assists. Mookie's game is probably more impressive because it was the first time he had played Trundle, so well done there. Awfully good job for a character you didn't really know what you were doing with. Atlas, well played again. Everyone on our team did a really good job. I saw our Blitzcrank get off some nice grabs, and our Twitch just ran around roaming the map, picking up kills. He had the most kills, and he only had 3 deaths, so he did a very fine job as well. As far as the other team went, I would say that their Olaf and their Gragas players were the ones that probably lost them this game. They just got destroyed pretty badly in the bottom lane. They were taken out by my ultimate once. They were taken out by the Atlas Blitzcrank duo. Twitch came down and ganked them in the bottom lane a couple times and was able to get kills. So that put the other team behind. The fact that their bottom lane kept getting killed meant that we could control the dragon in this game, and that put us further ahead in terms of golden experience. And of course, Twitch also did a great job. He won the middle lane against the Tristana player. My lane was probably the one lane that we lost. Irelia managed to outplay me by getting 2 kills on me, whereas I only got 1 kill on her. As I said, it was a bad matchup. The key thing there was not losing too badly. Even though I did lose the lane, I didn't get destroyed. Irelia beat me, but Irelia, didn't just annihilate me or anything like that. I was able to keep up in minion kills pretty well. She was ahead of me, but she wasn't enormously ahead of me. And so that enabled me to sort of keep Irelia from running away with the game and getting like sort of super farmed up or something. And then in the late game, the power of our other lanes just allowed us to win. So always keep that in mind. Even if you can't necessarily win your lane, just try to minimize the damage as much as possible. And the Irelia player could have done a better job by not auto-attacking quite as much. Could have picked up a lot more minion kills. So anyway, hats off though to that Irelia player. Frozen Ninja, well played. I saw after the game that Frozen Ninja had some 600 wins, so that's well over 1,000 games, and I was pretty happy just to keep par in a matchup like that. Once again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll try to have some more videos up another time. Take care.